Hi everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing my green today, have you noticed? It's a little bit different, isn't it, getting together this way? But it looks like this might become our new normal, at least for a while. In these days when we're told to self-isolate, to keep a distance between us, we're going to have to find some new ways in which to be community. So I wanted to come to you this way to let you know what we are thinking and let you know how we are looking ahead. First, there is some bad news. There are going to be some cancellations. We announced on Sunday that we're canceling our loyal workers soup and luncheon dinner for Wednesday. With cases of COVID-19 now in our county, with all the suggested restrictions about limiting the size of groups, we're going to follow the wisdom of our wise people. And that means that we're not going to gather for worship here in the sanctuary on Sunday morning. That's the bad news for right now. But there is some good news. Though we won't be able to be in here, to meet in person, to sit side by side, we're still going to be invited to be together. It is true that we are living in a new age, which gives us possibilities that didn't exist even 10 years ago. We're going to try to use them to be church. For instance, every Thursday morning, there's a group that gathers here at the church in the nursery for coffee and conversation. That's what we have. We have a cup of coffee and we have conversation. Well, this week we can't gather like we normally do, but I still want to invite us to do that together. I want to invite you to join us Thursday morning at 10 o'clock on Zoom. Get a cup of coffee or tea, sit down in front of your computer or your laptop or your phone or your pad and join us wherever you are. All you have to do is click on this link. Don't worry, it's going to be on our Facebook page too and on our website. It's not going to be the same as sitting around the tables. I mean, we won't have Elaine's cookies and we won't have Charlie's apples and cheese, but we'll have conversation and we will be together virtually. I hope you will join us. It's going to be an experiment, and so let's be flexible. The same thing is going to be true this Sunday morning. Christiane and I met in here this morning to throw out our previously made worship plans and began looking at something new. We're going to have an online service this Sunday morning. It's going to be different. We're still working out all the details and putting together all the technical aspects. But I want to invite you. I want to invite you to block out about 30 minutes together with each other, with your family, to worship. Doesn't even have to be at 10 o'clock, but to find some time, to set aside some time to say, we are church. We're going to remember who we are. We're going to remember whose we are. It's one of those things that will help us stay grounded in these unsteady times. Those are some of the things that we are going to do, that we know about right now. But what about you? What can you do? Well, first let me ask you to stay connected to each other. Make phone calls, especially to people who aren't internet savvy, who aren't digital natives. Let's make sure that we care for each other and let them know that they are cared for as well. Second, let us know how we can help. Sunday afternoon, shortly after we had gotten back home, Helen Opitz came by, rang our doorbell, and made an offer. And she said, I'm out of school. I have a driver's license. So if anyone needs an errand run or things picked up, please let me know. Let me invite you to take her up on that offer. Let us know how we can help. One of the gifts that we can give each other is to allow other people to do things for us. It is a way of them saying to us, you are important, you are loved. So do that. Do that as a gift to others. One of the things that we are going to miss, that I'm going to miss in not being together, are seeing our kids, not being able to play with them, to pour salt over their head. And if you missed that, you should have been here. But let me invite you to share their lives with us. Post a video of what they are doing to make a difference, to make you smile, on our Facebook page. And let's be honest, this virus is not only going to have social impact, it's going to have financial impacts as well. So let me encourage you, let me ask you to continue to be faithful in your stewardship. If you've never signed up for our pre-authorized giving plan, this might be a great time to do that. You can go to our website, make a contribution through Canada Helps, or you can always snail mail through Canada Post. Let me just ask you to continue to be faithful. These are unusual times. We've never done this before. But together, we're not only going to make it, we're going to grow and to discover some new and exciting ways to live out our church covenant. You know, we have a church covenant. We rarely read it except at our annual meeting. But there at the very end of it, the last line, it says, we will strive to share our time, talents, and resources joyfully in service to Christ with our community, our church, and around the world. This is that time. We have an opportunity to do that, to share the life and ministry of Port Williams United Baptist Church with our entire world in these days. I hope you will join us. In closing today, on this St. Patrick's Day, I thought I'd share a prayer that it's attributed to St. Patrick. It's from a book that I often read, Common Prayer, A Liturgy for Ordinary Radicals by Shane Claiborne and Jonathan Wilson Hartgrove and Enuma Okoro. A prayer from St. Francis. No, St. Patrick. St. Patrick, he's the guy in the green. Christ be with me. Christ before me. Christ behind me. Christ in the heart of everyone who thinks of me. Christ in the mouth of everyone who speaks of me. Christ in every eye that sees me. Christ in every ear that hears me. We will get through this together. I hope you have a blessed and joyful St. Patrick's Day.